Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. For those of you looking to secure your crypto, there's a link to Ledger devices in the description below. While I do not work for Ledger, I am an affiliate, and therefore the affiliate link. Welcome back to Everything's Crazy in Crypto, where we discuss things that are, I don't know where I was going with that. So yeah, we're like super back at it again because this was mega popular news and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. As if we didn't all know that this was going to be a thing. The discussion of where Bitcoin's price is going in general is beginning to pick up steam. I'm not sure if the news did it. I'm not sure if it was like Godzilla. Oh my gosh, I can't believe, like something's happening where like people seem to be like, oh, this can also be a thing. I'm going to assume it's actually a CNBC, but that's also besides the point. The CEO of Coinbase, his name is Brian Armstrong, and he was recently on a CNBC publication, and he was talking about Bitcoin. Of course, he's the Bitcoin guy. Got to talk about it. And they were asking him, where do you think Bitcoin is going? He said he believes that we are in a brand new day, a brand new dawn for crypto, and that things are only going to get better from here. He said we have seen just incredible growth, and I think it even hit an all-time high yesterday. So we feel really good about that. He continued poking and said, where do you think Bitcoin's price is going? Where do you see Bitcoin's price going? And he said, I think we'll see Bitcoin going into the multiple millions of dollars per coin price range. Obviously, this set the world ablaze because for some reason, no matter what Bitcoin does, everyone is constantly flabbergasted when it actually does something. It would have made a lot of sense if we were in like 2011, 2012, and he got on stage and was like, Bitcoin's going to 7 million, but oh, sir, can you please get the fudge off the stage? You sound completely insane. When Bitcoin goes to $100,000, it is abundantly evident that at some point it's going to $1 million per coin. If there's any level of skepticism still left inside of you, I got about 3,000 videos I'd like you to watch between this channel and my other channel, The Modern Investor, because it's kind of just written in the stars at this point. But for some reason, people want to be skeptical about Bitcoin, and I'm not really exactly sure why. That's like a real thing. If we go from 1K to 10K, it's pretty clear 100K is going to happen. It's not that far of a leap. It's estimated that roughly around 50 million to 100 million people on the planet are currently into Bitcoin. These are the guesstimates and numbers we've been seeing over the course of multiple years. Got it. Now, there's 8 billion people on the planet, and let's say for number's sake, let's slice it right down the middle and say people who are old enough to actually invest. I'll even give you a good 3 billion. Wipe away another billion people. This means, mathematically, Bitcoin still has about another 10x to do for adoption before we even get remotely close to 1 billion people buying, holding, and using their Bitcoin. This tells me if we moved from a $16,000, remember a couple years, we were at $16,000 Bitcoin to over 100,000 just on the propulsion from the ETFs buying up Bitcoin, that's not with a bunch of other hundreds of millions of people entering the space. That was just institutional accumulation. And those coins are locked up. Yeah, surprised, right? A lot of the Bitcoin right now are locked up, like actually gone. They're in mountains. I remember people used to be like, they're not in mountains, TMI. And I was like, yeah, they are. We've been going over that for a while now. This tells me that just from the force and power and wealth and money and accumulation from the institutions, they can probably easily get us to $500,000 to $1 million Bitcoin just with the power of ETFs and accumulation. Now imagine when, because like we're currently undergoing like the actual Bitcoin supply shock. A lot of people like to forget it. They don't want to talk about it. It's always like really hush hush. And I don't know why. There's not a lot of Bitcoin left. And that number continues to dwindle all the time as we keep hearing MicroStrategy just bought 11,000 Bitcoin and 51,000 Bitcoin, and this company bought that. That's going to continue because they understand that they're going to be able to 10x their money. Then when we get to $1 million per coin, psychic powers, I'm predicting that a vast majority of people, majority, around 85% of people on the planet won't even want to pay attention. It'll mean remotely nothing to them. Bitcoin hit 1 million. Well, good for them. Let me go put on my boots and go back and do my 9 to 5 every single day for the next 27 years. That sounds like a lot of fun. Won't remotely catch on to it. When Bitcoin goes to $5 million, this is when I think, I've said it before in other videos, I'm going to use the word jealousy. I think we'll begin to really pick up by people who could have entered the market at any given gosh darn time, but didn't, and waited for it to hit multiple millions of dollars, because I think people like to complain. I've said that before. It's not a joke. I think people like to complain. I think people like to be angry. I think people like to say that they don't have when they know that they could have had, but did nothing to actually have what they say that they don't have. Really, think about it. How much money is spent by the average person over the course of a year on nonsense? If you don't know the number, the estimated number is around 10,000 US dollars. Going to get coffee, going to get this, buying food that you don't eat, clothes that you don't wear that still have tags on them, paying for the car, all these other things that you're getting. 10,000. Over the course of a decade, that's 100K. How many people do you know have 100K in their bank account? How many people do you know are not buying frivolous things and saving up that 10,000? Now, how many people do you know over the course of the last 10 to 15 years complain all the time that they don't have any money when you see them buying nonsense? And you, not them, what they could have done with that money. And I'll even scale it down. Let's say a good 2,000 per year. 2,000. What would that have done for anyone in crypto or stocks 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 years ago? Remember when Coco Roro was happening and Ethereum fell down to, I think, $80? Litecoin fell down to, I believe, $3 at the beginning of 2020. I forgot what Bitcoin went to. I want to say Bitcoin went to 8,000. I don't remember. There's so many opportunities, not even just to make money within this space, but to invest and, save for the future, where things are going to go. So, and I don't mean it as a joke either. When I say actual jealousy, I think that's when you will probably have to lose contact with a lot of friends and stuff who are just immensely jealous of what they could have done but did not. You know that Bitcoin's going to $1 million, right? That's a real question. You answer me. I know I can't hear you, but you know that Bitcoin's going to $1 million. You know that within the next 10 to 15 years, Bitcoin's going to $7-8 million, right? because of the halvings, because of accumulation, because of illiquidity, because of staking Bitcoin, because of countries buying and accumulating Bitcoin. I won't even say where I think Bitcoin is actually going in price in the long term. And I mean like 2060, 2065. I won't even say those numbers because it sounds insane. But I know it's going to happen. So this made major news. People were what? Millions of dollars. And it's like, yeah. Why do you think rich people have been buying up so much crypto? Why do you think all these wealthy people have been like, pushing for adoption and all these other, because they've been buying a lot of Bitcoin over the course of multiple years. So I can only say this with as much honesty as humanly possible. If you didn't see my other video, I think it's titled, I'm literally begging you to buy Bitcoin. I mean it. It's not a joke. If everything lines up as we've been seeing, and it continues in this direction, we will see $1 million Bitcoin. You will wake up one day to a $6 million Bitcoin, a $14 million Bitcoin, and I want you to be a part of it. It's as simple as that. You shouldn't need Brian Armstrong to go on to CNBC to say that he thinks it's going to multiple millions. He said multiple millions in the price range for you to be convinced when we go over this every 24 hours. Yeah. Right. So I think that's going to do it for this video. Keep thinking long term always. This is not a almost said not a video game. This isn't like a 5-minute thing. This is literal generational wealth that's being built and that's being created. And you need to be a part of it or you are going to be left behind. That's it. It's as simple as that. Period. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.